run a poll about the Romania fuel shortage, but in reality, though, it's like I don't really know what the question was really going to be. It's like, is it going to spread? I've already asked that question yesterday for the most part, so there's really no question to ask. That's why I pretty much let that one go.
Yeah, so apparently I was stalling for naught, because I was stalling this entire time, folks, and trying to go as slow as I could, waiting for a poll to pop up that was never going to pop up. Like, so, what a tragedy, honestly. But moving us on down the line, we haven't really been able to get a lot of footage today from Ukraine, unfortunately, folks. I try my best to try and sleuth around and get the good footage of what's going on, but I hate to tell y'all, folks, there's just not a lot of footage that's coming out again from Ukraine. Because now the front lines are kind of solidifying a little bit again right now. The Ukrainians aren't pushing the Russians back every single day, and so the front lines are returning back to the usual kind of drone warfare that we see each and every day, with drone-on-drone interceptions, FPV drones striking Russian forces. And generally, even at that, not really a whole lot of footage is coming out, so I try to get the most clips and the best clips that I can to show you what's going on, but generally the front line was a little bit quieter today in Ukraine. But to give you all an overview on the front-to-front situation, or the battle-to-battle situation, the Ukrainians still have the massive upper hand in Kupiansk right now, and are generally flogging the Russians up near Sinkivka. They do not stand a chance at this point of ever even approaching Kupiansk at this point. We've also been able to see that within the General Spatove front, the Russians are at an absolute dead stalemate, and they're not really making any advances at all, and they're still taking some decent losses within that area. In the Kremenna forest, it's the same picture. The Russians are making no advances, and they're taking pretty decent losses. And we've also seen that the Seversk front, which is kind of a sub-front of the larger Severonsky forest area, has also seen no advances by the Russians today as well. We did get to see, however, near to the city of Slovyansk, that the 81st Air Mobile Brigade was conducting in-air drone interceptions against Russian drones operating near to the city, which we can see in these clips right here. We see it on the hunt for a Russian drone, and we see they have found one right there, and it's now going to line up to try and take it out. It looks like a cheaper reconnaissance drone of the Russians, and it is, as a matter of fact. And so the Ukrainians are going to try and take it down before it can gather any vital data to provide back to the Russians for them to coordinate artillery strikes on the Ukrainians. And there went that drone. Pretty impressive hit right there, and also eagle-eyed to be able to even see that thing out there in the wild blue yonder for the larger part. Down on the Konstantinivka front, the fighting has been quite heavy. The Russians have been attempting to advance out of Chasiv Yar for about 2 years now with no real success. The Ukrainians still hold on to about 15 to 20% of Chasiv Yar, and the Russians haven't been able to push them out yet. It's been almost 2 years, so we're not expecting the northern flank of Konstantinivka to fall anytime soon, given the current trends. Right now in the fields to the east of Konstantinivka, the Russian Federation is fighting heavily to try and push forward, and we haven't really been able to see that that's been producing any positive results. If there are any advances, they're so slow they're impossible to measure, and also the Russians have been taking decent losses in the Konstantinivka front at large. On the Dobropilia front, that front has almost gone completely quiet. It seems that the Russians are once again trying to divert most of their efforts to eventually taking Pokrovsk, which has held out exceptionally well at the moment, and of course the fighting as usual has been quite heavy in Pokrovsk, with significant emphasis being seen on the Pokrovsk to Udachny front, which is the southern flank of the battle. Here the Russians are attempting to try and control this railway berm that actually exists just south of the city, because everything always becomes related to the railways. And this railway berm here is actually a pretty significant one, as it's tree-lined quite a lot on both sides, and the berm in the middle that's created by the fill that the railroad rests on also serves as a decent break of sight for the Russians, meaning that it's a pretty good defensive position and basing location to try and start pushes into the fields deeper on and further west to the area of Pokrovsk. The Russians have not ever been able to pass over this railway berm at the moment, and the fighting is still incredibly heavy.
Yeah, but you got 15 minutes on a leeway there. Yeah, it's it's 14 minutes to midnight now. Yeah, so I mean, you can say it now because it's just a recording going, not a live. So by the time that posts, you have a 15-minute kind of frame there, where if it's not supposed to be till the next day, which would be midnight, at 11:45, you can start in with those skits or reminders for the day, so to speak. Yeah, like for instance, every day it's on the top of my list to remind the citizens here and to try to help people have an understanding and bring clarity to what's been going on around here and the abuse that's been happening with my children and the sick, murderous pedophiles. Yeah, the attempted murder and other things, we don't even got to talk about that. I don't even care. That's nothing compared to what I've been through with these sick motherfuckers in the past. Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Yeah, we're concerned about the kids and the hostages and the child and animal pornographies and the networks this is connected to, and how these people have been protecting each other and making a lot of money and profiting from getting the Karens and the non-vaxxers, protecting the flowers in the attic. Right, it gets old. Come on, hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. There's another round every 3 to 5 months. I've been doing this since I was a kid. Right, and there's nothing wrong with that. We get along with most of them. We've worked for a lot of those companies. We've told you that. I'm not sure why they always try to act like, oh, well, you worked for them. Oh, well, you didn't have a problem with this one, or you didn't have a problem, and you listen to that YouTuber, and you talk to that investigator. Yeah, they're people all around us. I talk to doctors and lawyers and cops, too. State workers, and you know how I feel about a lot of state workers. There's a lot of good ones, too, that are sick and fed up with those people. Right, it's no different than like a gay person that really gets upset with how they overdo the transgender stuff, because then that gets attached to gay people in general. Not to a mature mind, but, you know, to the up and coming crowds. Right, and then that just can affect people's rhetoric and news and reporting, and then that can upset other people, and then you try to tell those other people, don't let the comments get to you. I don't even read the comments. Right, so it gets sad when you see the specific targeting that does get done and how people get a rise out of those things. Yeah, I know it's sick when you hear some of the sickos say that, just trying to get a rise out of them. Right, wow. That's disgusting. I mean, I like to get a rise out of people too, but in a good, fun... Yeah, I mean, the way some of them do it seem to be more so maniacal. Yeah, that's life. You know, that happens. Right, like in these communities where you have a lot of them who will go along and target certain people, give them noogies, do the things that they think will bother them the most. Right, if they have OCD and everything, they listen to the people reading their medical records and find out what really gets to them, and then have those people, yeah, when those people listen and play along with it, and they're antagonizing people in their homes. It's pretty bad. Hey.
Hi.
I thought you went to bed. I could have sworn I heard your light like 45 minutes ago.
You did?
Oh. Not tired or?
Not really tired.
No. I fell asleep after the rocket went off.
Now we have to wait 6 days to see how the trip goes. They are on their way to the moon to do a flyby. Do you know what they're like specifically doing in the mission?
NASA has a channel open. Probably covering.
I can tell you all about it. I know what they're doing.
Oh, you just asked me.
Well, yeah, I was just curious if you knew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, what, the whole purpose of the mission? Or?
Yeah. So, basically, they want to, obviously, go out
I don't know why,
further.
folks. I love it when the
Sorry.
They want to go out further than they've gone before, obviously.
Yeah.
But they also want to test out some new technologies, like their better and more high-tech heat shields that they've made, for example. They want to test those.
Yeah, so we were talking about the heat shields, yes.
Yep. And they also want to test this technology that they made that will like contract your muscles in zero gravity to stop muscle decay from happening while in zero gravity. Because you know how that was like a problem, how like they'd have like muscle decay and like they'd lose bone density and stuff like that from being in space for too long.
Yeah.
So they're testing out a technology that should completely fix that problem.
So like degeneration to help with
Yeah.
deterioration and do they call it degeneration or something when the bones
Deterioration.
deterioration?
Yeah, it's like when like, you know, it's like slowly going away because there's nothing working those muscles or bones.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you
yeah.
could also call it a form of decay in a way.
Yeah, because people get like osteoporosis, or they'll have a hard time building muscle. Like some people will say they just can't build muscle, and they'll try to be building muscle, but will be losing muscle.
Yeah.
It's like fighting against the elements. Same here on Earth, so that could help us here on Earth.
Yeah, that
with those
could
things.
honestly. Yeah, it's like something built specifically for zero gravity. I think it's kind of just like made to like make sure the astronauts don't lose muscle density and bone density. So they're testing that out. It's like a bunch of interstellar planetary travel type stuff they're testing.
Interesting.
Interplanetary type stuff. Yeah, and I think, what was the other thing? I think they're also testing more advanced communication devices, if I believe so.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool they can do that. Are they going to go around the moon too, though? Because they say it's like the first time we're going to go around the moon since...
They're going to go past the moon, yeah.
Yeah. We only did that like back in the 70s, yeah.
No one's ever been past the moon before. No human has ever been past the moon. This is the first time.
They never went around it to
Nope.
see the dark side of the moon?
Nope, never been. The only time we've seen around the dark side of the moon was with rovers and satellites.
So no people, no
No
man-made
people.
mission have ever been around
Nope.
the moon?
No people have been around the moon until now. In about like 6 days, we're gonna see. I think it's about 6 days. We're gonna see them. They're gonna be like flying by it, and they're gonna go past the moon. It's gonna be the first like manned mission. It's gonna be the first manned mission with people on board to go past the orbit of the moon. It's pretty insane.
You know what? I don't even think anyone was on that thing. I think it's all a farce. They're probably sitting in some bunker under the ground, and that's just some big capsule, and they're burning off oil and chemicals that they don't want to dump into the ocean.
April Fools. It's 11:55 still.
Oh, 11:55.
So that technically was still,
Rad.
that was still in time for April Fools. So it's a good one.
Okay. So speaking of that, have you tried, remember that thing I was showing you? Speaking of building muscle, because I've been working on that. Because you know how I do around my joints, trying to build muscle. What do you think? Doing a pretty good job, huh?
Uh-huh.
Look at that. No, see, like around the joints.
Yeah.
Have you been doing any of those things? Has your leg been bothering you?
No,
No? That hasn't kind of just been the same?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what you mean by the same.
Well, your leg, remember how your foot was turning out and it was bothering you a little bit? I know you don't like to talk about it for some reason.
No, it's just that I don't really care about it.
I know. You don't care about it?
It's not a problem.
Well, no, I know it's not like in the moment. It's not like it's something that's. But your foot is turning out, yeah. It's like forcing its way that way. And you seem to be having, when you walk, it does seem like it looks like it bothers you.
No, it doesn't. I just walk normally.
Yeah. I feel like, too, this used to be the same conversations I remember when I was younger, because I have one leg much longer than the other. Like, a lot of people have a leg discrepancy, but among other things.
Yeah, that's like every human body.
Yes, everyone has, like, one foot's a little bigger than the other, one leg's a little longer than the other. Some just seem to have more of a discrepancy. That's why they had to make me those shoes with the lift on for my left foot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they didn't have to. I mean, I could just buy inserts, I guess. But it is nice they can make shoes that have the discrepancy kind of built into it. But yeah, people used to say that to me. You look like you're in pain, and they tell me to turn my foot in. I remember Nana, she'd be like, pick your foot up, because I'd always drag my right foot. And people would say the same thing, and it didn't bother me, and I didn't care to talk about it either, so. I don't know. Oh, come on, really?
That was a juicy one.
Come on. You want anything?
No.
No? Good. Thanks for the gift. Son of a bitch. April Fools. Now that's funny, huh?
I think that'd be around 15 to 20 degrees
Prove
Celsius, if I'm not mistaken. But moving us on out of that, it is time for us to move on out of the front lines of Ukraine, as that was our general frontline overview. And I hope that was a little bit more of a detailed one.
Yeah, with the specific targeting there you're talking about. So in 2009, the private investigator was trying to bring awareness to that. And the dumb, idiot, fucking psychos, like, you know, the kind of people that they say need protection because the mean girls don't like them because they're so pretty and popular. Right. That got old in 2007. Yeah, see, we really don't get involved with a lot of that stuff. And if you check our history, actually, we were involved with none of that stuff at all whatsoever. But believe me, it's in our ear. It's in our ear. And with the programs that we're on and how we were brought up, you know, we're raised to respect people's privacy. And we were always taught in those programs, because we're in a vacation land state and we get a lot of tourists here, and a lot of the rehab programs we were in. Yeah, we had a lot of people that were pretty well known. Many would use aliases. Yeah, and a lot of people, it became fun, like wearing different disguises to go into those rehab groups to talk to real people, man. Right, and then that became a popular thing in Hollywood. Remember back a little before COVID, and Justin Bieber was going around talking to the homeless people, and it was like the cool thing to do. Right, sick, disgusting, and disturbing. Yeah, and my mom and niece were running around. She's like, oh, we gave a homeless person a blanket and a coffee. It was just weird all of a sudden how things get spiked within certain loops and groups. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, they went up, and what was funny was the one they gave the blanket and the coffee to, we knew who that was. That was a well-known prop, so to speak, in some of the communities, like an Eckhart Tolle going around sleeping on the benches kind of thing. Right. And so they're going around bragging about how they brought this guy a blanket and a coffee. It was strange to a lot of people, as though, you want a fucking award? Guy needs a fucking bed. You want a pat on the back for bringing him a blanket and a coffee? Right, and they actually complained about him because with the coffee they had gotten him like a hash brown and a burger or something. I don't know, something from McDonald's. Yeah, it was some fast food, and when they went to give it to him, he said he didn't eat fast food. But he took the coffee and the blanket and said thank you. And they were so pissed off that he didn't want the fast food. Like, oh, excuse me. If you're homeless and hungry enough, you'd take I guess you're not too hungry or in need if you're not gonna, right? Oh, it was like, wow. You really hear the shit that comes out of people's mouths sometimes, and you're like, what the fuck, you know?
Це має бути
Yeah.
актуальним. Ми бачимо, які зміни у світі, а багато.
Oh, yeah, and I'm trying to actually help certain people. Like, if I even would give someone a care package,
Україна має отримати
like with stuff you're not gonna use, you know, you make a little box, canned goods, whatever it is.
представники президента Сполучених Штатів.
Oh, yeah, I would get in so much trouble. I'm gonna attract the homeless people. I'm gonna attract serial killers. They were telling my kids this.
Про що ми всі разом говоримо з Росією та у тому,
Yeah, how sad.
документи, зокрема, про гарантії безпеки, що українці чітко
Yeah, they know what they did. 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then a lot of those ones that they say they're protecting usually wind up getting tated and hazed by other people involved with the 7-Eleven stings, right, Dan Bongino? I remember they were going up to Rangeley, and the guys were lining up, paying like $20 a piece to lick the girl's pussy.
попрацюють найближчі.
Right, so you had different elements going on there. In one world, they're making fun of the guys, like, can you believe these guys are doing this?
Лідерський формат. Все це дуже потрібно.
Right, and then in another round, they're making fun of the girl, like, oh my god, look at this nasty. Can you believe she's doing that? And she's only doing it because she thinks they're making fun of the guys that are willing to do that.
Довгострокові угоди. Саме довгострокові.
Right, and then some of the guys are only lining up with their $20 bills to lick a pussy because they think that they're tating and hazing the girl, and they're all going to make fun of her and look at what this tramp is doing. Right, and then there's a third party who's pranking them all. I mean, you don't even have to say prank, right? It's just using them for whatever reasons in those communities, getting them distracted with these games and investigations. If you haven't noticed, all those people are gone. They are fucking gone. They're in Florida, Texas, or they're dead or in jail. Some are in New York, some are in California. But yeah, I mean, New York and California were more popular back in the 90s for some of those people to go to. Yeah, since the past 15 to 20 years, Florida and Texas are more popular. It all depends. Yeah.
Хто з України?
Yeah, well, the punks with our children, making the child in animal pornography, that's what we're concerned about. My name's Mary. The sick punk's name is Michael Scott Garand. And as you can see, when you see these groups of people and how they protect each other, and the nasty fucking porn stars, and vitamin gurus, and spiritual people, as you can see, most of them have like, yeah, they each have a character that'll fit good in each of those groups. They got their spiritual person, their doctor, the porn star, male and female. You gotta have one. Yeah, so the Tate games, when you look at a lot of that and what was going on and why that dude even went to prison, yeah, it happens and we don't care. Again, something else, just like the murder attempt, we don't fucking care. But the public should know those things are happening, and it does cause a lot of issues in the communities that they wish to help or do investigations in, or sell a product that people really want to use. Right. Unfucking believable. So hopefully people are catching on to those things and they wake the fuck up. Yep, my name's Mary. My youngest two children are in the hands of sick murderers, pedophiles. The child you just heard me speaking to is my only child I did not vaccinate. He's my second son. He was born in 2009. They flipped out when I did not vaccinate him, saying I was going to kill other people. If you look into it, you'll see he's my only child that I did not vaccinate. And he's the only one that did not lose his speech and get severe delays and neurological damage and diagnosed with autism. So I suggest you people wake the fuck up. How that still hasn't been addressed, and the nasty fucking people around here that are not addressing this abuse, I could care less, right or wrong, about the fucking vaccines or if someone's dangerous or not. Shut the fuck up. Your fucking rhetoric and what you people have been doing is what's dangerous and gotten a lot of people killed. Yeah, I'd pack your shit and get the fuck out of here if I were you. This isn't a joke. Yeah, we get new people every day, and we sometimes, the looks on their faces, or they try to tell us to stop lying to people and pushing false narratives. Fuck you, okay? We've had a lot of false narratives pushed around here and in our mainstream news, and the ignorance to a lot of important issues like vaccine and the increase of child fucking cancers and how that gets caused and how they actually made a vaccine to try to prevent the cancers being caused by the vaccines, you sick motherfucking pieces of shit. Go to your Botox appointment and shut the fuck up. Get off the screen, and you're not gonna. You're gonna keep fucking sitting there and talking and lying and ignoring the real fucking issues while our kids get fucked by these punks, and these marketing groups are making a lot of fucking money. And look at the millions and billions in fraud in our state departments, No Child Left Behind, and the food programs. You sick fucks. Right, so anyways, 12:08. Much love, health, and peace to you all. I really hope everyone's having a good morning so far. We're going to make a coffee and do some stretches and reading. All right. Someone in class, every time they hear paper tiger, they No, it wasn't me. I was just mimicking them. It wasn't me.
Yeah. There's still nukes, like France is nuclear armed, and also there's other nuclear armed countries as well outside of the United States. So unless Russia's ready for a
Yeah, no, the abuse is unspeakable. It's really bad. And how these idiots play their game and watch for somebody to snap. And they deserve it, right? I know, and when you look at the reasons they give and what happened in 2009 with the private investigator, Chris LaJoy, yeah, he was dating my sister that moved down to Florida. And when you look at the shit they're involved with and how the fucking idiots think they're protecting them.
Considering that we basically made the cool kids club for all the cool kids in the world, and we put them all in it, and we
Am I lying?
they joined us, and they were just going to hop out of it and leave. It's like, I don't really get what the point of that would be.
He just said exactly what we've been saying.
Basically started it for the most part. But Enforcer, what say you?
Also, it keeps all of the major military powers in the world that isn't China in our military alliance with us, which would be kind of stupid for us to leave that, considering that we basically made the cool kids club for all of the cool kids in the world, and we put them all in it, and we asked them to get in, they joined us, and then we're just going to hop out of it and leave. It's like, I don't really get what the point of that would be. It's not going to happen.
See, it's kind of like what happens is, right, once they get out into the field, they can't take it. It's too hard and stressful. I know you wanted to just be a cute little nurse and wear the cute outfits. You didn't want to have to clean a bedpan or... Yeah, I know, right? Huh. Interesting. Right. So yeah, these people that have been abusing our children, that needs to be addressed. And the private investigator in 2009, what they fucking did to him, you sick fucking cunt down in Florida. What you did to him is fucking sick and disturbing, you nasty fucking people. And how others protect them is what people need to look at and what's been happening around here. It needs to be addressed. Mr. Jones, Mr. Rogan, David Wilcock, you guys know what's going on. And they've been doing the best they can, I think, to try to get people to be real. I mean, the fact that some of them even show up, huh? Yeah, right? Yeah, I mean, when you're... exactly. Some of these people are millionaires, right? Why would they be on a YouTube channel? Right, because there are good people in this world. System, checks and balances. It's how we keep our communities and shit from blowing up, you know?
Most likely not really change.
Well, as you can see, you can't prevent it from everywhere. I mean, blowing up doesn't necessarily mean an explosion. Gee, that blew up in your face.
Countries, and all that would change
Metaphorically speaking.
because a lot of people don't know this.
Right, so when you just want to take everything
It's because nobody really
for its face value, which is what a lot of people do. Yeah, and these marketers and idiots depend on that, and the people who believe in ghosts and aliens. Right, and when you look back in 2017 when we were trying to get our daughter to a doctor, and the salespeople around here, and the ones that had gone to New York, right, druggies, traffickers, Mr. Dosty. Yeah, so anyways, much love, health, and peace to you all. I really hope the proper authorities here do what they're supposed to do to help these children. I could give two fucks about you nasty fucking people. But when we tell our stories and our experiences and what's been going on around here, your name or something you did might come up. And to those of you around here, I'd seriously pack your shit and get the fuck out of here. Or wake the fuck up and help us with these kids and stop protecting sick fucking murderers, pedophiles, and motherfucking nasty pieces of shit that traffic drugs and target innocent people. Enough's enough. The news people need to report on this. Exactly what we've been talking about and what these sick fucks did back in 2008 and 9 and 10. Yeah, and you can see how that was very much being told to the people around here. And when the private investigator tried telling him, remember when he mentioned the Mayan trafficking line? Orion? Right, and those are good lines too, right? Orion? So that they're doing for the Artemis mission? Orion? Right, so there's a lot of good people too, right? And they have scouters for that stuff just like anything else, right? They need good candidates for specific jobs, you know, and sometimes the institutions just supply them with nasty, entitled people that don't know what the real world's like, so they gotta find those real world people, you know? Right, but they need the fucking idiots too that haven't been exposed to the real world and tainted by those evils. Yeah, they need those idiots too, right? Isn't it beautiful? I know, right? Go together like grandma, that's the way it should be. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're fucking gone, dude. We're batshit crazy. We're already dead. Yeah, we're already dead. So why lose money or destroy your career trying to help the kids of some fucking sick loser? Yeah, to us it's not about that either. Yeah, we're losers. We don't deserve help. We've said to people, don't do it for us. Do it for humanity. Do it for each other. When you understand these networks and the activist groups they're connected to, and the child and animal pornography, right, and there's a lot of just good, innocent, fun play. These guys fucking chickens and being jackasses thinking it's funny, right? Where are all those guys now, huh? Dead, overdosed, in other countries racing cars. Let's do another round of jackass, huh? Fly on those coattails. See how they're all trying to catch on to whatever's good of some people's reputations or shows. I know, like Miley Cyrus, she's like, man, what do I got to hang on to, you fucking loser? Some people like my dad still. Maybe I can do a show with my dad. Don't tell my heart, my aching, breaking heart. You nasty fucking people. Dollywood and those fucking dumb cunts and the Pizzagate shit, Macaulay Culkin. Look back at what they were all doing and the systemic fucking bullshit and jokes that they're all taking seriously. And oh, you poor person that was victimized. And Corey Feldman. You fucking people need to grow the fuck up and start exposing these fucking punks and networks and the child and animal pornography. We've pointed them out to you. They continue to get away with it. The kids get fucked and tortured till they die. We've seen this so many fucking times. It's nothing new. The me usually fucking snaps or winds up dead or in jail. 99.9% of the time. In very rare cases. Is there a happy ending? Yeah. What happened to Maddie McCain? John Podesta. Yeah, these sick fucks and the connections with these groups. And when you see understand the snuff films. Remember back when Pelosi and her husband got bashed with a hammer? Why is this gay guy? These crackheads and gay guys. Right, when we explained to you the fundraising companies, another one with which we also worked for back around the time the towers got hit. They raised money for firefighters and police. Yeah, we got left for dead in the woods then too. And there was 2 good murder attempts actually. So what? See, I don't care either. Yeah, I shouldn't have been there. I mean, that's going to happen in those situations. You gotta, yeah, we're not complaining. We don't expect anything to be done about it. We didn't then, and we don't now. I know, and I love people how they think that. That's why we're speaking of those things. Or they try to say, well, you wanted to be there. It was your choice. They don't seem to get why we're talking about it. Yeah, to bring an understanding to the history. 9/11. Mr. Jones, did you tell him about those pictures, or is it a secret? So anyways, much love, health, and peace to you, too. We're going to make our coffee now. We're going to get to our morning stretches. Yeah, I mean, if we stay in this state of mind for too long, we might, the anger and the rage might overcome us. We might do something we regret. Yeah, sick fucks. Much love, health, and peace, everybody. I really hope they help these kids soon and get them out of the hands of these sick fucking punk pedophiles. His name's Michael Scott Garand, and him and his sick mother, who have custody of my children, are sick, abusive fucking people. And I really hope the proper authorities get my children away from them. I really do. The point is to help them and to bring awareness. Yeah, they're called hostages. I know you don't fucking care about it. And then they create, because people are like, what hostages? We gotta save the hostages? And then they have all these fake groups of hostages. And they're getting money from all these rich kids. And then they show them fake hostages that they save. Just like the rich people who get the immigrant children. Do you actually think they give them kids from those abusive families? You're fucking stupid. I know. Did you save, Did you save a kid? Are you sure? You go to rescue puppy? Aw, aren't you a saint? Anyways, get the fuck out of here, you sick fucking pigs. What they've already done to those kids and the abuse and torture they still go through, that is unspeakable in the hands of these fucking punks that like to tease and fuck little kids while you punks wanna... I know they tell each other it's fake. I think that's how they sleep at night. MK Ultra. Yeah, oh, and it's fake, and they're just making us think that, and it's pissing us off, and then they laugh about that. You sick fucks. It's not okay either way. I know how they try to justify it. It's like what you're justifying it with is fucking sick, if not sicker. Dumb fucks. Right, so anyways, I really hope the proper authorities start to report on these things to help bring clarity and understanding as to what's been happening around here. Maybe get help for some of the hostages. It's too late for many that have already been fucked and tortured and killed in horrific ways here in the United States by fucking Americans. Anyways, coffee time.